So today we are continuing to work on the container house kitchens.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Hello friends, welcome back. So today we are continuing to work on the container house kitchens, most specifically focusing on the pantry. So we have everything put together, sanded, stained, and then that final nice wet sand afterwards. They are super smooth, they look so good, and we are ready to get them inside this pantry. As well as the fact that we got all of the glass and everything else that we need to finish up the pantry door. We're creating like a custom farmhouse stained glass pantry door. I know that's a whole lot in one, but I'll show y'all what I mean. So we're really excited to have all of those materials so that way we are able to put that up as well. If we get time today, we may be doing a few projects outside. It'll really just depend on how the day takes us. But right now it's a little too hot to go work out there, so we're gonna be focusing on the kitchen. Let's do it.
We pre-cut all this blocking and then stained it to match the shelves, so we're going to be installing this first, and it's basically going to be our supports for the shelves to sit on top of. And you're probably thinking, why didn't you stain that part? Well, that's because the shelf's going to sit right there, so we just wanted to stain one edge on the bottom. That way for the upper shelves, if you look underneath it, you'll still see the stained wood instead of the plain wood top. So this is pretty much the spacing layout that we're shooting for.
So you put your first shelf at what?
It says 17 and a half, but I added up all the shelf spacing in here and compared it to the spacing that we have in our pantry, and our pantry is a little bit bigger, so we're actually going to start at 18 inches instead of 17 and a half, and that way we can account for the floor getting put into.
Like, who's
And then we're also going to be adding supports on the side walls as well. Completely forgot this big piece is actually for that side, so I gotta swap it out with this little piece. The best way to build something is to test it with real life things, right? So put some things in here that we know are going to be in here. We can make sure that we get our shelves at the right height, so that way we have plenty of room. One's supposed to be a 14-incher. Looks like the tallest stuff here is about 12 inches, so 14 will be more than plenty. So I just wanted to point out this handcrafted professional ingenuity that I came up with right here. This shelf and this shelf are going to be specifically for canned goods. So I wanted to make sure that it could fit all of them because, you know, typically we have issues with different size cans and whatnot. So a normal can can fit underneath the trim. A large can can fit, and we can even fit a double stacked small can with just enough room to spare. With our old cabinet, we were wasting a ton of space just because of this little thing right here. Because we couldn't stack the small cans like this, we'd have to leave them, you know, just side by side, and then we'd have all that extra wasted space up there. So we'd be able to fit a lot more this way.
Looks good, baby. You did a really good job.
So did you. You stained it and, ooh, crap, polyurethaned it.
The one thing that we forgot to do is stain the edges, so my bad.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a little tiny paintbrush and go in there and stain those.
That's my fault though, because Summer stained all of it and I said stain the best looking flat wide piece and the best looking bottom edge on each one, and I kind of forgot about that. But
yeah, we're just gonna get some stain, paint right over it, and then if you watch Cajun Country Livin's newest video, they put this tile stuff in their pantry to help protect the walls, and as we were putting the shelves in, you can see little stain marks here and there. So I think we're going to do that after talking with Lydia a little bit and how much she loves it. So I think we're probably gonna do some sort of backing on these walls to help protect them, especially when we have like cans and other things like that. So for the most part, it's done, but we might be doing a little bit more later on. Baby, you did the top two for me, right?
yeah, I did. I'm not gonna lie, the whole outlet's a little crooked.
I know it is, but I don't know how to fix it. Well, yeah, this part is crooked, so it looks all crooked.
Here, I can fix it. You did a great job, baby.
Is it like whenever you go clean something and then I have to like go back and redo the whole thing?
Yeah, kinda. I'm done. Can I put stuff in there now? Will you let me? Can I put stuff in there?
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you can put stuff in here if you can do these first. The smallest brush I could find was this mermaid brush set that my mom gave me. But whatever works, right? I've come to the conclusion that we pretty much only have junk food, so there's that. Cody has a lot of junk food. I don't even eat junk food. It's really you. You're a snacker.
That is so
a
not true.
snackatarian.
There is one snack shelf that also has like breakfast foods and crackers and all that stuff. Everything else is like canned goods and stuff for meals. Trust me, I organized it.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why Cody organized it and not me, it's because that's just not my strong suit. Anything that I do, he's gonna redo and make it 20 times better. He just takes it over. Even when we go back from the grocery store, he typically takes it over, so. All right, I guess it's time to start working on this pantry door. If you remember, we ended up cracking the glass. It got a tiny little chip in it whenever we were taking everything off, and then through some pressure, it went all the way through. It wasn't terrible, but it was enough to not want to use the window and enough to not be able to repair it. We purchased plexiglass instead, and the reason that we decided to go with plexiglass is just because we do have dogs. Unfortunately, sometimes they do jump. It's just also way more affordable. Glass is extremely expensive right now, and since we're using these stained glass vinyl sheeting, it doesn't really matter that we're not using. We don't really have to worry about it getting scratched. So we just thought this would be the best way to go. Let's finish up this door. Scissors. Oh no, Cody. This looks frosted. What? No, I ordered.
What do you mean?
I ordered clear. It looks frosted.
Are you sure it's not just like the protective plastic coating stuff? Oh no, that is frosted.
Is it? No. I did.
Yeah, because the plastic peels off. That's not the plastic it's frosted. I guess let's return that.
I cannot tell you how long I've wanted this dang door done, dude. I'm honestly so upset right now. Something that I've wanted done for so long is this door. Or I didn't want to put the food up in the pantry unless we had the door done either.
Yep, that definitely sucks.
So I guess I'm going to have to return that, order the other one, but it should only take a couple days to get here, so hopefully we'll be able to do that soon, but.
At least inside of the pantry is completely done.
I'm so upset, Cody. It's okay. Maybe we can just prep everything else over the next couple days, and then that way when the glass gets here, or plexiglass or whatever you want to call it, we can just throw it together. But
yeah, I mean, we still have to make the rest of the trim for it anyway, and you may be able to start staining some parts of it, so at least we can get that out of the way.
Okay. All right, on to the next one, I guess, then.
Babe, I think the duck is fighting his own reflection in my bumper.
Oh my God, he is.
That's great.
One thing that we've wanted to do recently is just clean up the pond, put out a dock. We got these dock floats for free on Facebook Marketplace if we came and took them down and deconstructed them ourselves. So we did that quite a bit ago, and we just really want to clean up the pond and maybe potentially one day swim in it if we get a well. So what?
And not to mention, you know, we got a lot of fish in there now too, so we want to make sure they have plenty of good water to breathe and stuff like that.
For
so
sure.
We picked up an aerator for the pond, so we're going to go ahead and install that on its own little battery solar setup really quick. This video is non-sponsored, but full disclosure, Time USB did send us this battery that they wanted us to try out. So being that it's 410 amp hour, it's a giant battery, we figured it'd be perfect for the pond, just because it's not in an area that gets a ton of sunlight. So just doing solar panels during the day isn't going to be enough to be able to run it. So being able to have this big battery to supply the power inverter to run everything will ensure that it can run all throughout the day without any issues. So thanks Time USB for letting us try this out, start putting it together and put this thing to work. So eventually we're gonna build a little pump house kind of looking thing like how you would have at a lake to be able to have your irrigation pump to water your sprinkler or to water your lawn and stuff like that. We don't have the materials to do that today, and we just got the bubbler in the mail, and I really want to get it in this pond so we can start getting some air to these fish. We used this little tub as a temporary home for Salem whenever he first found us, but since then we've made him a home up at the storage building. That way he can take care of the mice up there. So we figured this would be a perfect opportunity to be able to repurpose it. The only thing we really need the tub for is just to make sure that we keep the battery out of the rain.
Dang, that is back from like our very first battery setup.
Oh yeah, that's your old $20 Amazon solar charge controller right there. But you know, they work pretty decent.
Goes to show you how much we repurpose everything as much as we can.
Oh wait, I lied. This is the $40 one, not the $20 one.
Ooh, fancy.
Just so everyone knows there's a fuse. You know, this battery would also probably be great for the little boat for the pond too. Be good for the trolling motor since it's got such a big capacity. You want to talk about repurposing things? I think I bought this whenever I bought my first car. I don't even know how long, 12 years ago?
28. When did you buy your first car?
Yeah, about 12 years ago. So, I've had it for a while. If stuff still works, I tend to not get rid of it. Oops. Still works.
Oh, you're trying to make it look brand new? Like you haven't already tried to use it?
It is new, but yeah, I tried it already. Let's see how I can organize that better. Man, this is gonna work out like two size. Dang, I think this thing did finally quit out.
Oh man, why can nothing go right for us today?
Hold on, I got another inverter up the hill. I'll be right back.
Let's try this again.
Yeah, I didn't really want to use this one because it uses a little more idle power, so it takes a little bit more power just for the inverter itself to run. But at least with this one we can run the fountain too, I guess, so maybe we'll just end up getting more panels than we intended so I can run both.
So what is it?
This is like a little air stone. It's basically just kind of like a rock that diffuses the air, so it makes it come out in bunches of tiny little bubbles.
Interesting.
So, yeah, let's go take a look. Let's see.
There's one that you can see that he put in right up here. And what did you say that it does?
Basically just makes a ton of bubbles underneath the water, and then as the water touches the bubbles, that exchanges oxygen, so it puts a lot more oxygen in the water.
Cool, cool, cool. What our fish need.
Mm-hmm. Again, this wasn't sponsored, but a huge thank you to Time USB for letting us try this battery out. Even though we're only using a little bit of power on this system right here, it's actually capable of 250 amps. So you're able to pull a ton of power out of it if you need it. So it's really versatile. It'd be great for camping and, you know, things like that. I'll make sure to have Summer put the information about it in the description. And if you're looking for a really heavy duty battery, I definitely recommend going and check it out. So that should work for now to at least keep it out of the elements and be able to get it working and not have to worry about the rain or anything like that. But we're definitely going to be adding like a little house kind of thing for it, as well as putting a post in the ground and adding a solar panel setup for it. I have a little metal frame for it that you just like put on a wood post, so we'll end up putting that up.
Hold on, the ducks are trying to get in the pond. I do not want them to get in the pond.
So we'll end up putting a wood post in and putting solar panels up and building a little enclosure for it and all that, but at least it's good to go for now, and yeah.
Always getting in trouble. These are literally some Sour Patch Kids. Always getting in trouble. Let me go put them up. Unfortunately, I think that's where we're gonna leave it. We really expected to be doing the door in this video, but not having the right glass really put a wrench in things, and that's literally my fault for just not double checking materials before I open the boxes, and I'm like 90% sure we threw the actual box away, so that's
I think you
fun.
ordered it at like 2 or 3 in the morning, so that's probably why.
Yeah, so I'm gonna order that. Hopefully it gets here in the next couple days. Amazon's typically pretty quick out here. But yeah, all right, that's very defeating. However, we did get a lot done. I'm really happy we now have a aerator on the pond. The pantry looks so good, babe. It looks so good.
Thank you.
And I think that our dogs are hungry, so we should probably go.
We'll see y'all on the next one.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna